Hey everyone! Today we are going to be making semi-homemade refried beans. Now, I'm not a big vegetarian person, but I understand the basics of it. Basically, vegetarian, in my opinion, means there is no meat in it at all. And this has no meat in it, so I believe I'm making a vegetarian meal here of sorts. It's not vegan. It might be, but I definitely don't want to go out there and say, hey guys, I'm making a vegan refried bean thing, because you know what? They'll start coming down with pitchforks and spoons and it won't be pretty, trust me. So I believe that I am making a vegetarian, I'm pretty sure I am. There's no meat here, I thought I could see. I'm making a vegetarian refried beans. I don't understand, though, something. Maybe you guys could clarify this for me, because I'm just a basic, simple home cook sharing my recipes with you. So I don't want to get too technical when I start saying it's vegan, it's vegetarian, or is that I don't want to get too technical, but there is something I'm really, really confused about now. If you go to the store and you purchase refried beans like in the can, why are some vegetarian and some apparently are not, because it doesn't say anything on the can about like what's in these. These are pinto beans. Is there a meat product? Maybe there's a meat product in there I'm not aware about, but we're not putting any meat products in these. By the way, there's a bunch of vegetarians, vegans, pescatarians. I know three. One of my really good friends became a pescatarian, and I thought it was really interesting. Basically, a pescatarian is, correct me if I'm wrong, everyone, but from my understanding is, the only meat they will eat is fish. So they're basically, and I joke around, a hybrid of a vegetarian. But the only actual meat they'll eat is fish, which is cool. I get that. That's awesome. Then there's vegan, which I have no clue what you guys eat. Tofu on a stick, and I'm not making fun, I just don't know. I think, in my personal opinion, it's a lot of effort to try to say, oh my god, is there was this grain of rice next to a cow in the same pasture? And I think, in my personal opinion, it'd be a lot of effort for me to do. Okay, so with all that being said, we are going to make refried beans, I believe vegetarian style. Okay, here we go. We're going to use 2 cans. I know that might be a lot, but trust me, this will last about 3 days-ish, maybe 4 days-ish in the refrigerator. Again, this is my version of them. I'll tell you what you can, the basics of it, what you can and don't really have to do with this. So, we are going to start off with a skillet, and we're going to put about a 1/4 cup of oil in here. Now somebody already is going to say, yeah, why are you using the canola oil? Or this is actually vegetable oil. You should be using lard. I should be using lard for this. But I don't have lard, and I really don't want to purchase lard just to make this. And I don't really like lard. So I'm going to use vegetable oil because that's what I have. Yeah, sure, you could use canola oil or anything with a high temperature rating, but we're not going to cook this that high, so we're going to be fine. We only have the set stove to level 2, so we're fine. Approximately 1/4 cup-ish, not a whole heck of a lot in there. We're going to use a 1/4 cup of, a 1/4 of a white onion, okay? You could use a yellow onion, you could use a sweet onion. Red onion, that to me has a totally different flavor to it, so I personally, in my opinion, I wouldn't use the red onion for this. But you know what, guys? Make the recipes yours. Do what you like to do and go from there. Honestly, just make it your own way. Get these guys out of here. Alright, now, about a 1/4 of the onion. Come on. Just eyeball it. Now, we're going to very, very finely mince this, okay? Very finely mince. So, nice little cuts along the side here. nice and tiny. You guys could look up how to mince an onion. There's a bazillion videos out there. Get nice, small pieces. We're going to finely mince, because we don't really want a whole lot of onion flavor, or a whole lot of chunks of onion in this, okay? So, we get our quarter onion. I'll put this on the side. I'll make that. I have a whole bunch of recipes coming up for that. I'm not going to tell, I can tell you what there are. A couple hot dog recipes, a couple hamburgers. I know I did a turkey burger, but I'm going to do a smash burger is what they call it. Smash burger. So what you guys don't know what a smash burger is, that is where like you get those greasy spoon diners and you get that really like crusty old hamburger on a bun. We're gonna do that. So nice and fine. Notice what I'm doing with my knife? I'm putting my fingers on the top and I'm just using this as like a saw action. I'm going all the way across. I think if you guys need some practice in knife cutting skills, mincing an onion is a pretty interesting, neat way to do it. Like I said, you don't want large chunks in here. You want this pretty finely minced. Slide it over. Nice and minced. One more go around, then we're going to stick it in. Alright, there we go. Hear that sizzle? Alright, what I'll do is I'll save some of these larger chunks for my I'm actually going to make tacos later, just from the kit, nothing special, just from the kit. So give these a nice stir. Like I said, I did use about a quarter cup of oil in here. The temperature's fairly low. We just want to get these guys nice and translucent, kind of see-through, okay? So here, let's take a look what they look like so far. They're browning a little bit. I'm going to get a better camera for this, guys. Okay? A little bit translucent so far, a little bit of color. Again, my stove's on level 2. It's not high. You don't want to brown this, okay? Now, when these are almost done, we're going to put 2 cloves of garlic in-ish. So when you say 2 cloves, you use those little tiny ones, you use the big ones. Well, 2 average cloves or so to taste, okay? I'm not actually I didn't buy a head of garlic today, but I do have this minced garlic in the jar. Close enough. This is more realistic than garlic powder, so I'm okay with it. You guys right now are probably spitting at the screen and shutting me off and saying, this guy don't know what he's talking about, but trust me, this is going to come out awesome. Now, a couple things. If you notice, I do have a whole heck of a lot of cilantro here. And I have a lime. So we're going to get a little creative with this in a few seconds. I'm actually going to show you how to zest this lime. And I don't even have a zester. Well, I do, but I have no idea where it is. So I'm going to zest this lime without a zester. I'm going to show you how to do it. So right now, this is about where I want my onions. A little translucent. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little hole in the middle of them here, okay? And then I'm going to put my garlic in. But before I do that, I'm going to get my beans ready. I'm going to open the cans, because once I stick that garlic in, it is almost going to be go time. And I know some people want to drain them, some people don't. I'm going to open 1. I'm going to open 2. How many people have an electric can opener? Those were popular at one time. That was like those 90s things, right? I I haven't seen one. I haven't looked for them, but I haven't seen one in a long time. That garlic smells good. I'm going to take about a heaping spoon. I don't want a whole heck of a lot. I know I'm not measuring with an actual teaspoon measuring, but it's a teaspoon. So once that becomes fragrant, we'll mix it all in. That's right in the center of my pot. One thing we're going to do with this lime, first off, we're going to roll it because we're going to use the lime juice in here also. Not only are we going to zest it, we're going to use the lime juice, so we're going to roll. And what that does is it breaks up the fibers inside your lime, your lemon, your orange, your grapefruit, anything that's like citrusy like this. And when you go to cut it and when you go to squeeze it out, it gives you more juice in a sense, okay? So my garlic is nice and fragrant. We're going to stir this together. We don't want to burn it, right? We don't want to burn garlic. It's no fun. So, without draining, in we go. Because that liquid is going to be important. One. Got my lid. And my number 2. In we go. Alright. Now, we're going to just let that heat up. The liquid's going to be important. Some people drain, I don't. I let that liquid kind of hang out there for a little bit. Because what we're going to do is we're going to turn this up a little bit, maybe between, what is that, 3/4 of the way? I'm sorry, 1/3. 1/3 of the way. 1/3 of the way. Okay, so we're on like level 3. Let that warm up. Let that get nice and fancy. Okay. Let that start looking good. Now, what we could do while we're doing this, we already kind of squeezed our lime. Let's start zesting this lime. Remember, I said I don't have a zester, so we're going to have to use our potato peeler, which I've also used this many times for peeling, what's it called? Cucumbers and all that stuff that has that skin that you want to take off works perfectly. So what we're going to do, I'm going to try to do this without cutting my hand off. We're going to just, like you would a potato, just peel this back and look. You get nice zest coming off. You see that? Again, if I knew where my zester was, life would be easy. So basically what you want is now this is the side that you normally would see. And this is the underside, okay? So you see, we didn't really get a lot of this white stuff on here, okay? So this is what we want. We don't want to dig into the white stuff. It looks like a scraped knee before it gets bloody. Now why would I say something stupid? Now, Rachel Ray wouldn't mention that on a cooking show. No, but anyway, let's not do that. I didn't say that. Well, I did because I'm a little whacked. But anyway, so back to this. We're going to keep doing that. Now it really does look like that. It's like looking interesting. Should pour some blood on there and just go for it. Maybe I'll cut my hand. Wouldn't that be interesting? I'd be like, yeah, that's what you get, dude. That's what you get. All right. People are shutting it off. Parents are putting their hands over their children's eyes right now. So we just want to peel this off. We don't need a whole lot. We just need some. The more the merrier. We're going to cut this up, obviously, on the cutting board. Okay, like that. We got about half of it or so. We'll do a little bit more. Really doesn't take much longer than a zester would. The only thing is after we kind of peel this, we have to then manually cut it with our knife, which is fine because then we're going to get back to our knife skills. Okay, good knife skills is the key. Also, a sharp knife keeps you from getting cut. A lot of people don't understand that. They say, well, I'll use this dull knife. I won't cut myself so bad. Not true. A dull knife's more likely to slip, and you're actually more likely to have a serious injury with your kitchen knife if you have a dull knife. Alright, that's good enough for now. Okay, so you can see we got most of the zest off of here. You guys can see we got most of the zest here. Now all I'm going to do is just finely dice this. I'll give this guy a little stir. Turn up the heat a little bit more. The smell coming off of this, guys, is great. It smells fresh and natural, which is the good thing. It doesn't have like a chemical smell or like a processed smell. Just so you know, it's gonna smell different than the canned refried beans you're used to. Okay, I just want to clarify that a little bit. So we're going to mince up our zest. By the way, what is zest? Why do we do this? Why do we, take the skin off and everything? Basically, what we're doing is we're getting those essential oils from the zest, and we're putting them in our food. I should make, one of these days, I might do this on the show, I want to make sugar cookies with lemon or orange zest. Now, it's not orange sugar cookies, because that's a whole thing, or it's not lemon sugar cookies. No. Those are decent. This is sugar cookies with lemon or orange zest put into them. It's it's amazing. It's outstanding. My mom actually, when I was a child, used to make them, and I would never have known what that flavor was in there that really enhanced that flavor. And I was, luckily enough, before, Mom passed a couple of years ago, I was able to recreate that recipe. And my dad was alive at the time as well, and it brought back a lot of memories for us to do that. But that's something I might make it or just look that one up. But the recipe's hard to find online. A lot of times they want to just do, lemon sugar cookies or lemon or orange sugar cookies. Now it's different. You got to look for it. So let's give these guys another stir. And what we're doing now is we're softening them up, and we're letting some of that liquid, we're getting to that liquid to evaporate, okay? Now I'm not going to put my zest in, and I'm not going to put my lime juice in yet. All we're doing right now is we're getting this broth that it came, we're getting this to reduce a little bit. We want some liquid. We don't want zero liquid in here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my zest on the side. That way I can cut up my cilantro, and when this all comes together, we're going to create. We also have some salt, and we also have some cumin. Now, some people like cumin. If you don't, well, get to like it, because it's pretty good. You could stop right here, by the way. You don't have to do the zest. You don't have to do the cilantro or the lime juice. Heck, you know what you could really do if you really want it? You could just mash up the beans. But we want to add a little to it. Okay? Let me tell you guys something. When I was down, I went down to Laredo, Texas, which is basically right on the Mexican-American border. And I ate at an authentic, real Mexican restaurant. Privately owned. Not a chain, not Chi-Chi's or any of that. So mom and pop. Nice place. And I had authentic Mexican food. Let me tell you what. There's no comparison to the Tex-Mex version. We haven't heard that word in a long time, have we? The Tex-Mex version that we're used to having. Tex-Mex is more of an American-style Mexican food. Chili's, Taco Bell-ish, all those taco kits you buy. The difference is that those things are sweeter. Those places are sweeter than your authentic Mexican restaurants. Authentic Mexican food has a very earthy, natural flavor to it. So expect this to taste different than what you may be used to. So we're going to let these sit for a little bit. We're going to let these reduce, if you will. I want that moisture in there, but I also don't want them too runny. And I know some people say, well, you should have drained them and added water. No. I don't want to add water to it, okay? I want this juice to reduce, okay? So the steam coming up, that's that liquid evaporating into the air. So eventually that's going to reduce. That liquid's not going to be that much, like boiling water. Eventually it goes away. And what it's doing is it's really softening those beans up, and that's what I want. So while that's taking place, let's take our cilantro. Now we don't want any stems. I mean, you could have a little bit on the top, but these stems at the bottom, we don't want that. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our cilantro, and we're going to grab the leaves and grab the stems, and we're going to twist. And we're going to, that's it. So these, we don't want that. That's done. Some recipes you could use that, okay? Some things you could use that, and that's more than fine. But for this, we don't want all those stems. We don't want to overpower this dish with cilantro. I like cilantro. It's one of my favorite herbs. I'm gonna give this a nice rough chop to begin. And again, if you get some stems in here, it's not the end of the world. Give this guy another stir. You can see, I don't know if you guys can see it here or not, but that liquid is definitely reducing. So why do this and not just buy the cans, right? Why even do this? Well, you know, here's the thing. It's fun. You get a better quality ingredient, in my opinion. You know what's going into it. Sure, could I have used, could I have used natural beans, or, you know, could I have cooked my own beans? Of course I could have, but here's the thing. I could grow my own beans too, right? At what point do you stop? Like, at what point do you say, you know what, I'm making chili dogs tonight, I could make my own chili, or I could buy a can. It's sometimes one option's better than the other. You don't have to be, like, consistently consistent. Change it up. Try different things. I personally, just time-wise, I don't want to mess around with the beans. Can I do it? I can. I just don't feel like it. I'm going to give these a nice chop. We're almost done here. We're almost done. I'm going to turn up the heat just a little bit. Make sure we're not going to burn them. There's a lot in here. Okay? I would suggest, by the way, these beans are 50 cents a can. They're cheap enough. I would personally suggest getting 2 cans to kind of make up what you would buy in a 1 can, what is it, 8 ounces? I don't even know. Can of refried beans. They usually come in this size. All right, 15.5 ounces, almost 16 ounces, right? I would definitely buy 2 cans of that, and that makes a little bit more than your regular 1 ounce can of refried beans. So if you're doing this for like taco night or something, and you always get 1 can, don't do that. Get 2 cans to make up what 1 can of refried beans does. It'll come out better that way. Alright, we're starting. Our liquid is down. We're going to reduce this a little bit. And we're going to take our potato masher. Notice we didn't add any salt or cumin or any of this stuff yet. We didn't even add the the lime zest yet. All we're doing is we're getting this liquid down. Now we take our potato masher. I suggest a metal one. I don't suggest the dollar store ones because they come in 2 parts that are usually here. When you pull up on mashed potatoes, it falls apart, and it puts me into pissed off to next week, okay? So we take our thing and we just mash. We mash and we mash and we mash. It's like mashed potatoes, okay? If you don't like doing this, guess what? Buy the can, I guess. But you can decide how chunky or what the consistency you want. You definitely get to choose what you do with this. I like a little bit of both. I like a little chunky. I like a little bit texture to it. Depends how you like it. And we mash, and we mash, and we mash. This is going to be good. This smells, it smells natural, guys. It smells so natural. It doesn't smell like that store-bought stuff. Although, listen, I've been eating that stuff for years. But this smells different. And this is going to taste different than what you may be used to. And there's nothing wrong with that. Let's get some of these beans really crushed down. That's a nice thing we got here. Makes a little bit of a mess, but you know what? That's how you know you're really cooking, when you start making a mess. Give that a few more minutes, and then we're going to add it all together. We're going to give it one final stir, and we are going to have awesome refried beans. I can't wait. So, what can we do with these? We could dip some chips in them. What we could do is we could get our not homemade soft tacos. If you like the corn ones, that's great. If you like the, what are these, wheat ones? I'm sorry, not wheat. I'm out of my mind today. Flour ones. Great. What I would do with this is I would heat this up on a separate skillet. Heat both sides. Heat another one up both sides. Put my layer of refried beans down. Put a layer of cheese. Slap the other one on top. Put it back on the stove. Let it get a little crispy, not burnt. Light heat, and there you go. Okay, that's amazing. So this goes a long way. What I'm going to do with this personally, there we go, we're done. What I'm going to do with this personally is I'm going to make tacos with this. Okay? I'm going to make tacos, not just this. I'm going to put the hamburger, but all I like to do is use those soft shells and wrap it around the corn shell. Okay? So when it starts getting dry on the bottom, let me show you this. Then we're going to add the other goodies to it. This is going to be sweet. This is your normal consistency. See this, guys? That's your normal consistency when you pull it out of the can. That's what it looks like, right? Pretty much. Okay, now, we're not going to put our cutting board back there on the heat. Oh, trust me, I've done it. Not to this cutting board, but I've gone through a few. It happens. That's how you know you're really cooking. When you make silly mistakes, you know you're really cooking. I'm going to take right now about half of this cilantro. I'm just going to eyeball it up. I'm going to put about half of this cilantro in there. We're going to see what that looks like. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to put about all of our lime zest. We're going to put all the lime zest in. Make sure you get all that in there. Now, we're going to take our lime, okay? We already rolled it. We already squeezed it. We're going to cut it in half. We're going to put the whole thing in. Lime. Now, one thing you want to do until you don't get the seeds, hold it upside down and just squeeze. Okay? There's juice coming out. There we go. Put your finger in there. You can even get a spoon. Stick that spoon in there and really give it a go around. I do have a juicer. I should use it, but this is more fun. Plus, my fingers will smell like lime, and isn't that a fun thing when you not smell your fingers? That's not fun. But when you get that smell of a little lemon or lime on your hands and it goes all over. I think that's fun. Oh, hell, the hell with this. I'm using this. Here, I'm using my tool. This is a juicer. I personally put this in. Now, most people put it in like this, like it makes sense, right? I actually put it in upside down. And you give this a good squeeze. Look at that juice coming out. There we go. See, what I did was I put it in upside down and I really pushed from the top. So, you're not going to get too much more out of that. Alright, in the sink you go. Now, check this out. Hang on, before I start, I want to start with you. Yes, I know I have lime on my hand and I just put it in the thing. That's fine. Check this out. Woohoo! Isn't that cool? Oh, crap. I forgot. Wait, I'm not done. I forgot the cumin and the salt. Okay. Ground cumin. Oh, crap. This one's brand new. I have to open the seal. God, I'm so excited for this. Okay. You take your knife. Watch your fingers. I know there's somebody out there saying I shouldn't do this. I put something in there. I know. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, get that off of there. Get that guy off of there. Alright. Now, put our top on. Now, we don't need a top. We're going to put, in this dish, we're going to put a tablespoon-ish. Okay? That sounds good. Ah, that smells good, too. Alright, now, we put some salt. Now, salt in the proper use doesn't make food salty. Salt enhances the flavor. Okay? I'm going to start with you. Breaking my own rules. Here we go. Check this out. I'm going to just give this a nice little stir. Nice little stir. Alright, let's give this a try. This is going to be so cool. Wow. And you can see how this is about the amount that you would get in one can. So it's really, really important that you use 2 cans of beans for this. Oh God, that smell is amazing. Holy cow. Wow. That is 100 times better than anything you'd ever get in a can. So, shall we? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's going to be hot. That's got the cilantro. I could smell the lime. I could smell the zest. Oh my God. That's insane. That's insane. I'm gonna go again. Hold on. If you think by any means that store stuff is better than this, no, my friends. No. Go out and make some of this. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, bell button, tell your friends. Thanks guys for watching. Take care.